Today's episode is sponsored by Billy Keels Advisory Services. If you want to learn more about how to make your 99 optional, just go to makeitoptional.com. Once again, that's makeitoptional.com.
Helping you build freedom without losing your edge. This is the Going Long podcast with Billy Keels.
One of the main reasons that I love being able to host this podcast is because I get to speak to the absolute coolest people in all of the world. And I have to share something with you. Today's episode is even more special. Why is it more special? Well, because, this never gets old, because especially if you are someone who is in a big corporate role, you really want to be able to do more in your job and at the same time with family and have more control over your life. Guess what? Well, you're going to get a chance to learn exactly one of the ways that I have been able to do it, because we have guests. Maybe I'll lower it down a little bit. The guests who are here are the only guests to have been on the other side of the microphone with me, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, but yes, they are back for the 6th time here on the Going Long podcast with yours truly, Billy Keels. We have Mr. and Mr. Young Keels. They're no longer mini Keels. Just didn't feel right, didn't sound right. And they are here to share and impart some wisdom with you in episode 600. So welcome back, Mr. and Mr. Young Keels. What's up, fellas?
Yo, nothing much.
Nothing much? Are you sure?
Well, we're just happy to be back here for the 600th podcast and the 6th time. And we're just ready for you to do your thing.
Well, I'm ready for you guys to do your thing, basically. So this is one of the things, and I went back and, guys, over the weekend a little bit, we were watching some of the previous episodes and we were listening to your voices when your voices were sounding like this. And I get to still see you. No one's seeing you yet, but the countdown to being able to see you guys is already started. But as I started listening, there were a lot of different podcasts. Even if we go back to the very first time you were there at episode 100, you were there 200, 300, 400, 500, and kicking us off once again for 600 plus. We've talked about everything from money to sports. We've talked about basketball. We've talked about skating. We've talked about watching TV. We've talked about the things you like pasta and macaroni and butter. And we've even talked about salaries. You guys remember when we talked about salaries?
Not really.
It was episode 100. I think it was Mr. Young Keels, but the bigger version of Young Keels. He even took us down the road of passive and active income. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Is that something you think you could talk about today?
Nah.
I won't put you on the spot, but I'll come back to it. We even talked about favorite subjects like English and phys ed and math. And also, you guys remember one of the two of you wanted to be an actor growing up. Look at that smile. I see the smiles, but you don't see the smile. But anyway, listen, you've talked about the favorite places that you had, like being in La Coruña to being in Venice, being in different parts of the United States. And you know what I'd really love to do, because when I think about starting this podcast, and one of the reasons that I started the podcast while I was working in corporate, I was working in corporate life. You guys remember talking about the podcast during the pandemic. You guys remember that?
Yes, sir.
What was going on? Was there any funny memory that you can remember of me recording while you guys were maybe walking through the house or underneath the microphone? Take over. I'll either one of you guys.
Yeah, well, I most likely remember a lot of stuff because I remember that you used to do your podcast back in the living room and you would like shut both of the doors that were in the kitchen for us not to go in. And I remember that sometimes we had to like grab a toy or grab a computer or grab whatever. And then you'd just be looking straight at the camera and then you just do like hand signs telling us to get out or to be quiet or not do that or do this. And it was just funny to see like you were able to maintain a straight face and keep on talking to your clients while you were telling us probably opposite stuff.
Like,
so yeah, it was fun.
Like,
Yeah.
shh. All right. Well, perfect. So, and this is one of those things. So, usually, and a lot of times, when you're in your big job and you're doing lots of things, and you are, you want to start this business on the side, or you want to have an idea, a new asset that you want to create, you think everything needs to be perfect. But I've got my young fellas here who are sharing with you that conditions are never perfect. It's just a matter of being able to do the things that you really want to be able to do, and also having some fun along the way, which is fantastic. Well, one of the things that I would love for you guys to share with everybody is there's a lot of positivity, right? We all go through highs and lows, and it's really easy to get stuck in the lows. And more importantly, when you are there, you got to think about the positive things to get you to a different level and to raise your vibration, raise your energy. So I would like to start with Mr. Young Big Keels. Does that even sound right? It sounds kind of weird, but I would love for you to share with us what is the most. Remember, there's people listening to you from all around the world, by the way, no pressure. What's the most positive thing that's happened for you in the last 24 hours, big guy?
Of getting a 9.5 on my what's it called? Economy test.
9.5, 95 on an economics exam.
Yes, sir.
Nice. That feels really good. What do you think about that 95? How's that going to help you beyond the classroom? Huh?
Good. I don't have to study for the next one.
You can be more efficient with your time. Okay. That sounds good. That sounds good. What about the younger version of Mr. Young Keels? It feels weird, guys, and like not being able to call you Mini Keels anymore, but it would just feel even stranger if I were to call you Mini Keels, because you guys are obviously very not mini, because you're like you can't even fit in the screen anymore, because it's amazing. Maybe we'll do something cool with the like opener, because that's really funny. Mr. Smaller Mr. Keels, can you share with us what's the most positive thing that's happened for you in the last 24 hours?
Oh, if I had to think, I'd probably say either having a good grade on my English test, or um I don't know, yeah, just what I got to see my brother play for a few minutes yesterday, but like he got hurt, he couldn't really play that much. And I got to see a couple of his friends. So yeah, just being there for my brother in his game, and probably getting a 10 out of 10 in an English test.
Okay, 10 out of 10. I think your English was really very phenomenal. So 10 out of 10 is amazing. So let's check this out. Another thing. So you mentioned sports, and I know sports is really important for you guys. You guys dedicate a lot of time. But we can start with you, younger version of Mr. Young Keels. You guys play a lot of team sports, a lot of basketball specifically. This is something that has come up over and over and over again. But I was wondering, can you share with us what is one of the biggest things that you're learning from playing team sports?
Uh, Probably just knowing that you can do a lot of stuff individually, but at the end of the day, you like the easiest way to win, or the way you must feel happier to win, is like playing in a team and like moving the ball around, or just having good vibes in the team, because it's not really worth it if you play a lot and you win a lot and you don't end up having that much fun, or every practice you leave out mad, or whatever. Like, yes, it is important to win and to be good and everything, but you always have to have fun playing the game, or passion for the game. And if you lose that, there's no reason why you should keep playing.
Yeah, it's a really important part. Like if you lose the passion for playing the sport, playing anything that you're doing. Have you ever had any moments where you weren't playing really well, or you felt like, oh man, this is just not as fun as it used to be? And what did you do to find that joy or find that passion, if it's ever happened, of course?
I had that moment like a couple of months ago. Well, not a couple. Well, probably yeah, a couple of months ago, a little bit more. And I don't know. I just started talking with you and my coaches and everything, and I just kept on playing until I found my rhythm back again. And now I'm just playing and just hoping to get better.
Well, yeah, I think you're doing more than hoping. You are actually definitely getting better. So that's fantastic. I'm gonna shoot the same question over to the big guy because his game is it's improving a lot as well. He got working through some challenges right now, but why don't you talk to us about what are you learning through organized sports? And since you're even getting closer to the college, talk to us about what's the most important thing that you're learning through playing team sports.
So me this year I've changed teams. I haven't played for the same team I've been playing for my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I think it's important to establish good relationships with your teammates,
Mm-hmm.
and that's basically it. It doesn't really matter. Like it does matter. Like you rather win than lose.
Yeah.
But if there's like good vibes inside the team, and you guys understand yourselves pretty good, you should just enjoy basketball.
Hmm.
And and what was the other question?
No, actually, I was going to change the question because that's something you just brought up. Something that's really, I think, it's really important. Because it's really easy. There's a famous quote that says the only constant in life is change. And so when you have the guy's name is Heraclitus, I think, but the only constant in life is change. When you make a change like that, big guy, I almost said your name. Oh my gosh, I almost said your name. And talk to us about how that made you feel, because it's not the easiest thing to go through change. And you made a really big decision to change something that was really easy, really comfortable for you to go to and have a new experience with new people. And it's not something that a lot of people do. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about what that's been like for you?
I mean, for starters, it was a little bit weird because like I didn't know anybody or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but like I was good at basketball. I mean, it was kind of easy to like fit in and just establish good relations with my teammates, and we hang out now. We have fun, which and, and yeah.
Yeah, so it's been good, and even though it was maybe a little bit uncomfortable in the beginning, well, I appreciate you sharing that. But also, too, you guys have traveled. By the time the ages that you are, I'd never still not even left the United States. So, you guys have traveled around the world. You've seen a lot of different places. I know you travel a lot between the U.S. and Spain, specifically, and other countries. But would you talk to us about what are like some of the biggest lessons that you've learned from traveling and experiencing people that come from maybe different backgrounds than yourself, or just seeing how things are done differently in different places? It feels weird even saying little guy, but because you're not a little guy, but like between the two of you, you're the younger guy, the younger of the young Keels. Can you talk? Yeah. Can you just talk to us about how traveling and seeing different things and different ways of living and experiencing life, how does that help you?
Well, just mostly on how it helps me. Like for me, like I don't really have to travel like a long distance to see how other people live. Because, for example, like I have a friend of mine so I have it pretty nice for me to, and pretty easy for me to go to school every morning because I live close to school. So I can wake up a little bit later. I can leave a little bit later for school and whatever. But my friend in this case, like he lives pretty far away.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to his house a couple of days ago, and I realized how much he has to do. And then, like, I started thinking on like not everyone has the chance to go back home real quick or leave later or wake up later if they forget something at their home because it's an hour or plus metro bus and everything like that. So for me it's not that I have like to go all the way to other countries to see how other people live, because in this same city, in my
Mm-hmm.
same group of friends, everybody lives a different way, and it can really, it's like there's really different type of um ways my friends live. And so it's just shocking. And then I just realized that I just have to appreciate more what I have, and yeah, and just everything. The fact that if I'm at my dad's place and I have to go back to my mom's place to grab something, it's easy for me to do that and it's fast and it won't take that much time. But like if my friend left something at his dad's place and he's at his mom's place, he lives over an hour away from there, so it will be barely impossible for him to go there. So he always has to be organized and everything, and it's just a mess. And I realized that I don't have to go very far away to see how different people live as me.
Wow, that one just I think that was absolutely phenomenal, and just to know that you can appreciate the differences and even being in the same place. So I'm gonna throw that over to the big guy. And I was thinking about that as you think about traveling and the things that you are learning from traveling and using your passport and going from one country to the next country. Talk to us about some of the things that you're learning.
So basically, what I've learned is how different like people live depending on like just their just where they are. Like for example, us the young kids that are always moving from the States and Spain. And I really like seeing how people like interact with each other. Like over there in the States, everybody's like super friendly. Everybody talks to everybody or tries to help everybody. Here in Spain, it's a little bit more boring somehow, but mm, I mean, it's just basically that how people live, how people interact with each other, and how 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 different some cultures are.
Yeah, no, so this is one of those things when you guys get to see this constantly because you're traveling. Like I said, I never even left the United States until I was I think I was 21 and I'd never even left. And you guys have been to like almost 10 countries already and you're not even 17. So between the two of you, which is amazing. So hey, one other thing. So I do have to talk about this because I know you guys are really like you're big fans of the NBA. I know you've been to multiple games. You guys have met people and all that other kind of stuff, which I think is super cool because it's really at the highest level. And then I want to talk about video games, and then we're going to call it a game, call it a day. Guys, you've seen some major sporting events over the last year. I talked about the NBA, even gone to a first soccer game. What's it like experiencing professional sports at the highest level? Big guy.
Like it's definitely different than watching it on TV. I mean, the ambiente. I don't know how to say it in English. Somebody else.
Yeah. The like the environment, like everything, all the crowd, all the noise, everything. Yeah.
Now it's different. The players change in real life than on TV. And I mean, it's just a great experience, and we're very happy and grateful for it.
All right. Awesome. Appreciate that. Mr. Keels, young Keels. Youngest.
So I say that like there's mostly two big difference in sports. Like from a soccer game to a basketball game, like there's big difference, like the stadium and everything, and like the fans and everything. But it's just basically what my big brother said that like it's much different watching it from TV than watching it in the real and like in real time and in real life at the stadium, because like everything changed. Like the players, like you can see them a little bit close up, and then you see how big they are, and then or you can appreciate more how good they are. Because like when you see it from TV, if you see someone shooting from 40 feet away from the hoop or from the basket, you're gonna think, oh well, it's a far shot, but it's not that far. But when you're looking at it in real life, you'll actually really appreciate how far away it is. For example, in our case, when we got to see Curry play, then like seeing what he does on TV is much different. Like it feels different than what he does in like when you see him in real life. You know, like at the end of the day, it's the same thing, but perspective changes a lot. And so that's one thing that I found very like how they say like a big change in basketball or soccer when we went to see that Barca Madrid game too.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. I appreciate you guys sharing the context. So listen, I'm not even going to ask you the question. I'm just going to let everybody know because people have heard it before. We started playing a lot of video games when corporate life ended. I started out pretty strong, but would you guys think have I gotten any better over the last couple of years?
No.
No, not really, but because you
No,
haven't really been playing on the game, so you've.
Well, actually, maybe a little bit, yeah.
a little bit. Well, I think you're being very generous. You're being kind because you're talking to your daddy on with a bunch of people listening. So I think I've not gotten very good, but I am committing here today, and I'm going to let people hear this around the world. I am going to improve my NBA 2K skills. I don't know if I'll be able to catch up with you guys, but my goal is to be able to beat you pretty bad. Because yeah, it's just one of those things that I'm going to do.
No.
What do you guys think about that?
I think it's great that you still have dreams. But what
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
committed.
if you even though if you play a lot, yeah, like you get much better, but I don't think you get better than us. But even though I'll still appreciate the fact of you playing that much and just trying to do something more out of everything that you do for us and find a new way for us to have fun.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. And just like I appreciate the walks along the beach, fellas. It's means a lot. You guys want to say anything? Because we won't chat with you again until episode 700. So, and by that time, you guys will probably have beards and all that other kind of stuff. I have a couple things that I want to say, but before, is there anything you guys want to say?
No, not really, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Well, let me be very careful. So listen, so everybody who is around, one of the things that is really important, right? If you've waited until this point in time, I love being able to host my sons here. It brings me a lot of joy, but most importantly, and it goes back to, there was a lot of times back in 2020 when this podcast started, there was a lot of people that doubted that it should even happen, that I should do it. And I realize now after 5.5 years, 600 episodes, loyal listeners from all over the globe, from different countries, from every continent. I don't think we have anybody in Antarctica yet, but well, I'm not sure how we make that happen, but we'll figure it out. I would say that having this podcast is one of the great sources of joy, being able to also take a lot of the life experience that I had during corporate, being able to incorporate bringing my sons on multiple times, and also having some of the most amazing guests from all around the world and being able to share it on the platform. So just like my kids just mentioned, that you can continue to dream, just like I continue to dream. If you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable, like take the first step. Like I just took the first step. I've never knew that this podcast was going to be ranked in the top 1.5% of podcasts around the globe. There's almost 4 million podcasts around the globe. And this little podcast that started, as the youngest Keel said before, and was reiterated by his big brother, that this started in a living room with a makeshift desk. And now 5.5 years later, this is one of the best assets, and I put that in air quotes, that has been created. So it's definitely something that we're going to continue to pour even more time, more effort, more energy into. Going to bring in more amazing guests, and we're going to give you everything that you need so that you can continue to enjoy your corporate role and also get into the position where you can create that profitable side business. So, and if you know somebody who wants to be able to have an asset like this, can share it with their family, and this can be generational. We were talking about it the other day. Yeah, this is something that I would definitely suggest to you. So I think I've got a hand up real quick. There's something else that wants to be said. So these are my guys. So I've got to give them a couple minutes, and I trust that you are enjoying this. So yes, is there something that you want to say? I'm really nervous now. What's up, fellas?
Well, it's probably the same thing that we've been saying probably for the past like 5 podcasts, but it's just
Just want to say that, as always,
hasta la próxima.
All right, fellas. Hey, I love you guys. You guys rock. Appreciate you. Love you more than life itself. And also want to say thank you very much to the Going Long family that you continue to be here. You continue to listen. Share today's episode. This is a lot of fun for me. I get to share the platform with my sons. We're going to continue to look at this as time goes on. I'm sure that they're going to love it as much as I do. Puts a smile on my face, a smile on my heart, and make it a great day. Thank you, fellas. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Ciao.
Bye.